guys, I am Donuts, and...
I'm Thermite.
Hey, it worked that time because
Hey.
you can actually see me. We're talking about Thor, The Dark World. This is the only MCU movie that you haven't seen for the longest time, right? Like, there was a huge span between seeing almost everything in the MCU and then finally seeing Thor 2, right?
Yes. In my earlier talks with everyone here, I said that I had seen almost everything in the MCU, by which I meant I hadn't seen Spider-Man Far From Home and Thor The Dark World. And then I saw Far From Home, and then after that I saw Dark World because I'm doing this.
So, actually, first off, what are your impressions of the movie? You know, we never get to get this ever. How did you feel about the movie?
I thought it was a fine movie. It, much like how Thor 1 to me didn't really stand out very much, I feel like Thor 2 also didn't really stand out very much. Like, it doesn't have much of its own identity.
Yeah, it definitely feels just like a superhero movie.
Not even that. Like, superhero movies, I think, usually try to push the whole super heroism thing. Whereas, like,
Yeah.
I feel like the big draw of this movie is honestly just the portals.
Yeah,
Like,
for
the
sure.
big flashy thing that makes you go, oh, that's a cool gimmick, or that's a cool thing that this movie did.
Yeah, it definitely has a very gimmicky feel to it, but, like, I would say the same with Thor 1. I guess, yeah, superhero movies isn't good, but, like, it definitely feels very generic.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't feel like a generic superhero movie, more it's just feeling like a generic
Movie.
movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not awful. It's not bad, I would say. It's definitely still enjoyable. I watched it again. I watch every movie twice. If there comes time where I see one that I'm not gonna watch twice, that's how you know it's bad. But yeah, the whole theme of all my notes for this movie really center around Odin. This is a real big fuck Odin. First off, let's start with the Aether. Is it the Ether or the Aether?
The Aether.
Aether. Had to bury it deep where no one can ever find it. Somewhere where it's like, this is the Aether, something that can destroy the universe. They're trying to steal it away as far as possible. And then there's fucking sunlight coming into the goddamn cave. It can't be that deep if there's sunlight coming in. There's a huge open area to it. What was he thinking? Like, it would... nothing even requires it to be in an area with sunlight, like, plot-wise, I mean.
Right.
She gets teleported in. It could have been in the middle of fucking nowhere in the deepest, darkest caves. He was so like, no, we have to have sunlight going toward it. So yeah, the movie start out with Loki being arrested and all that, and it seems like from that scene that Loki would rather be killed than arrested. Like, he wants to die a warrior's death, and the fact that they're just, like, locking up instead is, infuriating him.
Yeah.
He absolutely hates that.
It's a strong contrast between the Avengers and this as well, because with the Avengers, it was all part of his plan.
Yeah.
So it didn't really affect him. And now, looking back on it, you can see the big difference between when he's in control, even if he's locked up, and when he's actually being locked up, when he's lost control.
And even then, when he's locked up, he still tries to pretend he's in control, like putting all the illusory things and all that.
Oh, that's such good moments.
And it was nice to see that he gets that from his mother. Like, because that was a, like, is that something that all Jotuns can do? It seems like only he could do. But yeah, so I'm not really sure what's up with his mother. I guess she's not Asgardian, or maybe she's mixed or something.
I will say, in actual Norse mythology, like magic and stuff like that, I guess illusionary stuff was very much like women's power.
Okay.
So, like, if someone could use it, like, in actual myth, Odin also could use magic. And people would, like, mock him behind his back. Because, like, that's women's work.
Okay.
Because, it's not punchy, kicky.
It could definitely still be the thing, and then Sif is just, like, she's the tomboy, she's the manly girl, so she doesn't have illusory type magic.
Yeah.
I could see that then. I guess, what was her name? Frigga is, like, the only girl we see in Asgard, really, that does more than just, like servant kind of work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess that's the case then. I assumed, but then why would Loki? I mean, I guess just because it's the same sort of thing as, like, the Odin meme made fun of. Like, they can use it, it's just not often.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
it does make this, it creates a bigger divide between him and Thor, where
Yeah.
Thor is, the good Asgardian, or, he's the Asgardian that you want to be. He's the classic Asgardian.
Yeah.
Whereas Loki just doesn't have that strength. He has to make up for it in other ways that people don't find as, as heroic or brave.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And, like, there's definitely a huge more of a gap there between Odin and Frigga, like, with Loki. Like, clearly who he is who he cares for more.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess who he cares for at all versus cares for not really in the slightest.
Yeah.
What did I... Other Worlds, Thor Comics, Rockman. What did I... Oh, okay. I was like, what did I fucking mean by this? I'm not sure why I read it Other Worlds. I guess just to remind me what context I was talking about with that. At the very beginning, when they go to Vanaheim, I think it's called, and they're doing this whole, like, war fighty thing there, and Thor shows up, and there's a big old rock guy, and he beats him very easily, and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that anything from the comics? I assume that's actually a big, like, probably an entire arc in the comics or something, and, like, the rock dude, I think they were chanting his name, but it wasn't in the subtitles, and I couldn't hear what it was.
Gosh, I know what scene you're talking about, but I don't have any further context on that.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw that and I was immediately like, this feels very much so like they're taking a huge thing from the comics and making it a small little reference in the movie. But yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, Thor's friends still feel like NPC party members. Like, specifically, like, NPC party members in, like, a video game as opposed to, like, a D&D game where everybody feels like an actual character, you know? They all feel so, like, especially the
Warriors 3?
The Warriors 3?
That's what they're called. They're called Sif and the Warriors 3.
I was gonna say, what about Sif? I don't know why I was gonna say what about Sif, not what about anybody else, but the Spanish sort of like conquistador sort of guy.
Yes.
I don't remember what his name is, but every time I see him, I picture the ProZD fucking video of like, I see he got the points. That's immediate. He just seems like a kind of character who's just, I mean, he is. All he does is just give quippy sort of like funny stuff that's not really funny, but it's just very NPC saying a line.
Yeah, they have that feel.
But it just made me like think about like, imagine like getting a role in like a Marvel movie, like a pretty decent role. You have a lot of speaking lines for that, and then you play, you know, one of these guys. Like, they're alright, but like out of all the people to play, like to get a speaking role, I would not want it to be one of the Warriors 3. Ian the Intern was fantastic. See, that's the speaking role I would want. Ian the Intern's much better. Everything. Like, well, he's such a weird character to introduce for no real reason, but he works so well in it. Like, they even had a little arc with him and Darcy getting together, I guess, at the end. I guess he's gonna stick around. I really thought the like date that Jane went on was gonna be more of a thing as opposed to just someone to give her a phone call while she's on an alien planet. It's very detailed for really not like that guy felt so much like a character more than any of the Warriors 3, and he was in it for like one scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole naked Dr. Selvig got in your head. What the hell is going on with Hawkeye, I wonder? Like, if this is what's happening to Selvig, Hawkeye was getting a lot more direct orders from Loki. Yeah. I cannot imagine what, like, crazy shit he's going through right now. Clearly not running around naked, at least. That's good.
Yeah, he seems to be holding it together a bit better.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know. We just... He's not on TV, at least. S.H.I.E.L.D. is at least keeping him in a locked cell naked, maybe. But I hope they do something with that. I hope they just don't, like, be like, oh yeah, Hawkeye's fine, because he's a badass. But, yeah, I'm so glad that Dr. Selvig is, again, just a huge part of this, like, everything working the way it does and everything. Like, I hope that he continues to stick around, and especially now that he's more sane, I hope that he comes back into S.H.I.E.L.D. again. But I know that he's such a big actor. I know he's not going to stick around for more than just, like, cameos in movies and stuff. But I hope that he sticks around and, like, it shows up in the Avengers and stuff, at least.
Okay.
I really like him as a side character.
Yeah, he's got a lot of personality.
Absolutely. He's fucking hilarious, too. They're just like, well, guess I need to put on my pants. Yeah. Oh boy, what? Trapped in another world with an ancient universe-destroying Aether. Or, trapped in another world with my alien boyfriend and his dysfunctional family. My favorite Isekai.
Jane even got the super broken special ability.
Yeah, she did. But yeah, like, just a lot of the big sell of this movie is not even the portals to me. It's just the Jane dating a alien, someone who's worshipped as a god.
We do get the big flip from Thor 1, where like a big part of Thor 1 was Thor being the outsider and wandering around and doing funny things in the human world.
Yeah.
And we kind of get that with Jane. Not to the same extent, but she still gets the outsider perspective.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's nice, because we really did not get a lot of Asgard in Thor 1, apart from,
Not
hey,
really.
This is a cool place, look at these effects.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we got more of it, and it is a nice reversal of what Thor went through. Because she had it way worse. Because, like, Thor's just, like, a weird outsider, whereas she's just, like, okay, I mean, I wrote down the quotes here. Very, early in the movie when he's talking to Loki, this is Odin. We are born, we live, we die, just as humans do. Also, Odin, get this fucking animal off my planet! I don't want this goat on this table! Also, Odin, what's that? Disease not from Earth in a time where the 9 realms are converging and wonky shit happens? Send the fucking donkey back to Earth! He's such an asshole. Like, not even that he's an asshole. I mean, fine if he's an asshole, but he's such a hypocrite. Like, that is the vast I've written down here. Is like, when he yells at somebody for something, and then I'm like, motherfucker, I will go back in this movie or in Thor 1, and I will find the exact quote where you said the exact opposite shit to somebody else. He's such a fucking terrible hypocrite.
Yeah, you don't see that as much in Thor 1, just because, you know, it's much, you know, the lines are much clearer there.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Thor 2 really shows how, like, exactly how much of an asshole he is.
Yeah, like, fucking anybody would make a better king than him. Thor or Loki would.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely believe that Loki would make a better fucking king than Thor would, or than Odin would, if he gave him the throne normally when they were going to give the throne to Thor.
Right.
If they just instead gave it to Loki, it would have probably been fine. Not fine, but it would have been better than Odin.
I mean, realistically, disregarding Thanos, I guess, like,
Yeah.
disregarding that whole part, if it was just Loki being Loki on the throne, what bad things would he really do?
I mean, you'd probably still do the thing with Earth, I assume. But, like, it really isn't much different from what Odin does. Like, he's, like, Loki was killing all of them because of Thanos and everything like that.
Yeah.
If it was just Loki, I'm sure he would just, like, rule over them as their god and king and that. Which Odin is like, no, you shouldn't be doing that. But Odin does the exact same shit. He calls them fucking animals. He's like, they shouldn't be in this place more than a goat should be at a table. Like, he clearly has no respect for them. He does not see themselves as equal at all. But then he's trying to act like that. Like, Loki's a bad person for thinking that too. Terrible. Okay, yeah. So the 9 realms are here's what I have counted so far.
Okay.
Asgard, Earth, Jotunheim, Vanaheim, Dark World, the Chitauri, Thanos, and then there's also got to be at least 1, maybe 2 others. Or that could just, like, I don't know about the Chitauri, because I'm thinking the Chitauri, there's the one Chitauri race, then there's the things that were controlling things, whatever, and then there was the big old alien buses. I don't know why I'm calling them that, but that's 9 right there. Have we already seen all 9? Or were those other 2 alien races just on the Chitauri world? So far, Earth is the only one we've seen that is more than 1 race.
Right.
But so have we already seen all 9 realms? Well, not seen all 9 realms, but...
Yeah, like, have we touched upon all of them?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Because I was like, damn, we're in Thor 2, we're all ready. We're getting another realm, all fucking ready. This is... Well, actually, no, because the Dark World is not one of the realms, right?
I believe it is. I don't remember if they name it, but
because the dark elves in the Dark World were around before the 9 realms, or were around before the universe. Were all the realms around before the universe?
See, I thought I remembered them counting the realm of the Dark Elves as being one world, or one of the 9 realms.
I thought so,
Yeah.
but that's weird because they do state that they were around before the universe. So I'm not sure how the hell that works. You're around before the universe and then you just become a part of the universe too. I'm not sure on that one. But at the very least, we've gotten 6 out of the 9. Which is so weird that we've gotten so many already. I mean, especially because a lot of them are just, like, done. Like, Jotunheim, I don't think we're ever going to see it again. I'm pretty sure Jotunheim's just done. Vanaheim is just such a peaceful place. We don't really need to go there. Dark World's done. I assume Chitauri are done, but I don't think they could come back again. But, yeah, a lot. So, like, there's not really much that we can still do. Anyway. What did I say? Everyone telling Loki to reflect when Odin's such a bad king. Oh, right. Yeah, just more, just them, everybody going to Loki and be like, you need to reflect on your actions. Fucking Odin does the same shit. What Odin's saying, through your arrogance and stupidity, you've opened these peaceful realms and innocent lives to war. Also, Odin, I'll sacrifice any number of people I need to.
Oh, that line's real big.
Yeah.
Because again, like, I feel like that does call back to Thor 1.
Yeah, Thor 1 was the line of,
yes.
Where was it? So yeah, through your arrogance and stupidity, you've opened these peaceful realms and innocent lives to war.
Yeah.
And then in Thor 2, he's like, I don't care if it's a war. I'll do whatever it takes. God. Alright. So when Thor breaks Loki out of the prison, and then they're like walking, and he's impersonating a bunch of people, including Captain America and all that. The guard he impersonates is the exact same guard that tells Odin. Well, it is Odin there. That tells Odin that Loki was dead. Oh. I caught that the second time around. It's the exact same guard.
Oh wow.
Yeah. What else do I have here? It's just Loki and Thor being amazing together, like having such chemistry. It's such a vastly different chemistry. Yeah. Like, from Thor 1, where they were actual friends and brothers, to now Thor 2, where they are very enemies. They work great together in 2 incredibly different dynamics.
Yeah.
And they're just the running gag of Loki being bullied and just being incredibly weak, where he's just like yelling at Thor, like, you gotta do this and this, and what's wrong with you, blah blah blah, where there's so much shit going on, he just pushes him out of the fucking plane. I hope that just continues to happen. I love just Loki going on a rant or just trying to look super cool and just getting back the fuck out. Yeah, the wormhole cave thing, where it's like, oh yeah, the secret engine that Loki used to get to Earth is just, there's a wormhole inside a cave. Okay? It's not like I really thought it was going to be some magical ritual or just anything slightly magical. I mean, I guess it is very magical, but it's also so mundane. It's just like, there's just a portal in a cave. Oh yeah, there's the whole backstab fake out thing. Like, Loki betraying Thor, quote unquote, like, totally got me. I was so mad. I was like, how the fuck did you not expect this after all of this? I was so glad that I immediately fell for it. Yeah. But yeah, it worked incredibly well. And even the art thing, I was like, okay, like, that's gonna have to be a big major change you're sticking with, I guess. Unless you can just Asgardian and healing tank that arm back. Not quite sure how that works. I guess you can bring somebody back from the dead. What can't you do? Oh yeah, then Loki saving Jane, a human, something Odin would never do. Like, that was a very clear, like, Loki is better than Odin now. Definitely now. Like, he has saved a random human's life, not to look better or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Like, because for all intents and purposes, he probably thought he was going to die there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, absolutely, great scene. Way better than Odin. Fuck Odin. Yeah, fighting through the dimensions was just so fucking cool in general. Like, just the whole fight constantly going between world and world and world. And then going back to Jotunheim and seeing the big old, like, doggy monster and bringing that back to Earth.
Oh, yeah.
It was absolute chaos. Oh yeah, the fucking jet plane, like the fighter jets was just like, oops, sorry, Mr. President, we accidentally bombed another planet. Like, that shit. You're trying to fight aliens, you accidentally bomb a peaceful planet through a fucking wormhole. What are the fucking odds?
You think that's gonna have any repercussions?
I don't think so. I think it was just Asian man just going, what the fuck, guys? It could, but like, again, I feel like if that was gonna have repercussions, they would have done it in S.H.I.E.L.D. And they didn't, so. Yeah, Thor on the subway just getting molested by some women. That happened. The Thor movies are filled with so much mundane, like just Thor doing mundane shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so quickly let's play, Where Were the Avengers?
Oh boy.
This is something I want to do in every movie, that's not the Avengers. I do feel like there's a logical explanation for most of it. This one is very, very easy and very quick. Just happened too fast. Really, when everything started happening that would have, needed them. Because really nobody really knew anything was happening up until the very end.
Yeah.
I mean, really, even if we had the Avengers, what are they gonna fucking do? Go to another world with us and fight this alien dude? Like, I don't think so. So, like, once it all happens on Earth, they would ostensibly be able to help, but it all happens in the span of just a few minutes, so...
Yeah.
I really don't think anybody's going to get over there in time.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so that's my answer for Wherever the Avengers in this time.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, the only other thing is, like, Hawkeye and Black Widow. There's, like, S.H.I.E.L.D. can just deploy them, really, at any point, I guess. But,
Yeah.
like, they wouldn't really help, is, I guess, the big point there. Like, they're more of a, like, time constraints, I feel like, fall less on them, because they can really just probably be anywhere at any time, really, with S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, even this probably way too quickly. Still, it did happen so fast.
Yeah.
It's probably the fastest anything's happened. But yeah, I feel like they're never really gonna show up because why would they? What are they gonna do?
Yeah, like in something like Captain America or Iron Man, it makes sense because it's more techy or it's more like there's some infiltration that can be done. But like, who are you going to infiltrate this movie?
Yeah, exactly. What, like, in a Thor movie, it's like, what the fuck are they? What is Hawkeye gonna do? Oh yeah, just re-listening to the whole Odin and Thor talk, knowing it was Loki, like I had to like immediately like, all right, let's re-listen to this entire thing, and it is just like steeped with just like things that seem to really, really resonate with Loki, like seeing Odin doing the acting but knowing that it's Loki reacting to it is very interesting.
Yeah.
With things like Thor acknowledging that Loki would be a better king than Thor would. Him talking about the mother, like, what was the line? Do you not hear mother in what I say as well, or my actions, or something like that? And he really reacted to that.
Yeah, do you not hear mother in your actions sometimes?
Yes, yeah. That Loki died with honor. That he would rather be a good man than a great king. That was the last line that he left off early on, like the big line, and I think that's really going to resonate with Loki going into whatever Loki's in next, whether it be the Avengers or Thor 3, I'm not sure which comes next. And lastly, Loki not taking the hammer. Loki telling Thor, like, no, here, have the fucking hammer, you can keep it. Like, that was a really nice touch that he absolutely could have been like, oh, give me that fucking hammer.
Well, even then, he most likely would not have been able to lift it.
Yeah, but he still could have kept it out of Thor's hands.
True.
Like, the person who could very easily stop him is Thor, and he was just like, I'll let you keep the weapon that's gonna very easily, that you literally just sit on top of me and stop me.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's not that he was trying to keep it for himself, but just the fact that he's willing to give his rival his weapon.
Actually, here's a question. Do you think that we're going to see Loki as Odin, as king, like, being the king for a while? Or do you think that, by the next movie, whatever it is, he'll have his cover blown?
I think he'll have his cover blown purposefully in the next movie, but I think it'll be at the beginning of the movie. I think he'll be King Odin for very briefly.
Alright.
Yeah. Not sure, I guess King Odin's dead. You know what? Not that upset. Oh yeah. Tanlier Tivian, the Collector.
Yes.
Very creepy 80s vibes to him. Like, very David Bowie.
God, the way he looks, the way he moves, the weird, like, bow thing he does.
Yeah. He's fantastic. Like, I wouldn't even, it didn't even give me vibes of him being a big character in the comics. I also assume in the comics he's a very weird, you don't see much of him kind of character. Is that true?
It's a bit of both. Like, he is important, but he also is, like, a weird outskirts character.
Yeah. But, yeah, I would love to see more of that place. But then, yeah, we end off with the Infinity Stones. Which, I knew about the Infinity Gauntlet, and I have no idea what the Infinity Stones are. I assume, like, based off of my very limited, somehow, spoiler knowledge of in-game, I don't want to say I'm spoiled of in-game, but just spoiled things of Thanos in general.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm not really spoiled any movie in particular, just, like, Thanos in general. Mm-hmm. But, like, I know the Gauntlet has some big, shiny, bright gems on it. I assume that's what the Infinity Stones are. Mm-hmm. I don't even assume that's, like, I'm 99% sure I'm right on that. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck they do. Like, that's the weird thing, that the Ether is an Infinity Stone. Because, yeah, I know there was little stone thingies. Mm-hmm. And he even calls them Infinity Stones.
He calls them Infinity Stones. Also, it is heavily implied that the Tesseract was one of them.
Yeah, I assumed.
Mm-hmm. Which
because they say we can't have the Tesseract in the same place.
Yeah. So, like, just based on those two, you can imagine that they could all look like very different non-stone things.
Which is why I was like, it's... Like, the Tesseract is a more artifact. So ostensibly there could be, like, a stone inside of it. Mm-hmm. But the Ether is very clearly not a stone. I mean, like, I guess you just gotta forge it into a stone. But how would you, like, forge the Tesseract into a stone unless there is a stone inside of it? Mm-hmm. And that also explains why, like, you know, these things are as huge of a thing as they are, as aside from just being ancient Asgardian artifacts.
Yeah.
Like, they're now way bigger than that. I don't know what the Infinity Stones do. I don't know what the Infinity Gauntlet does at all, or anything like that. I know that Thanos kills people with a snap, but I don't know if that is related to the... I don't know if that's his own ability, if, like, that's just his thing, like, he just snaps and fucking kills people, or if that is, like, an Infinity Gauntlet thing.
Okay.
I'm going to lean more toward that's the Infinity Gauntlet thing, but, like, it's gonna feel real weird to me if the Infinity Gauntlet is just, like, a thing that we're like, oh yeah, if you snap, you can kill people. I assume it's way more than that, but I don't know what that would be.
Okay.
Like... I mean, I think it's got, like, the name for me makes me think of just, like, infinite energy, like, that it is just a, like, it's almost like perpetual magic, I guess, in a way, but, like, I don't even know what that would mean.
I mean, that has been a big theme of the MCU thus far.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I'm not sure what that would mean in terms of, like, how would that have anything to do with, like, killing people with a staff or anything like that? Like, I mean... I don't want to big brain it too much. Like,
right.
I do assume the snap thing is not like you have to snap to kill people. I assume it's a thing of, like, a metaphor that, you know, it's so easy to kill people with this thing, you can just snap and they're dead. And so, like, it's a visual thing. I assume that's what it is. But I don't, again, I wouldn't have any idea what that has to do with magical perpetual energy. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I think he's still, I don't know. I don't have much else to say about it.
Fair enough.
I wanted to see if I could triangle with something, but it's... I'm just guessing perpetual magic energy, whatever that may mean. But yeah, that's basically all I have. Did I have anything else? Nope.
No.
That is it.
All right.
But yeah, just absolutely loving Loki. Fantastic character. Cannot wait to see him again. Hashtag fuck Odin. And yeah, Dr. Selvig's amazing.
All right. So I ask you this after every single movie. in Thor 3, regardless of whether it's the Avengers that comes next or whether we go directly into Thor 3.
No, I need to...
Yes, what do you think Thor 3 is going to be about based on the events of Thor 2?
Okay, assuming that Avengers does not come first, because I cannot stress enough that these movies are going to fuck with everything so much it would be impossible for me to guess Thor 3. Assuming Thor 3 takes place before the Avengers, I'm guessing that it's going to be fake Odin. Loki is going to do his big reveal thing once once Thor is back on Earth. I mean, Thor is already back on Earth, so I guess you just do it now. I guess that's kind of how Thor 3 could actually start. Him just being like, "All right, Thor's gone. Fuck everybody, gotta kill them all."
Okay.
But he could just try and pretend to be Odin, but I really don't see that happening. I don't think that would actually be that interesting to watch either. So yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna blow his own cover, and he's going to just try and like rule over Asgard. And because it's Thor, we gotta introduce another world. So I guess we're not done with the realms yet, because we gotta introduce one more. I feel like it's not gonna be a Thor. Like even the Shield episode that was about Thor started in the exact same way. So like we have to have another realm. Yeah, I guess that's. I guess yeah. I'm just going with the generic like.
Okay.
He's gonna try and take over Asgard, and we're gonna introduce another alien race.
I mean, generic for prediction, but Thor 2 kind of generic.
Yeah,
so, makes sense.
So, yep.
Sounds fine.
I don't know how we could to continue this like with someone being an outsider in another world. Maybe Ian the intern comes to Asgard now. Maybe he goes to the Dark World. I don't know. That's my guess.
All right.
Anything else?
I think we kind of touched on everything. Do you think they're ever going to follow up on the Jotunheim doggy boy?
No. I feel like they're just never going to touch on that again.
Nope.
No.
All right.
I mean, it would feel weird if they touched on that in a movie. Like,
I mean, it was in a movie.
Yeah, I know, but it's not that big of a thing to touch on a movie. Like, if they just have a small 5-minute plot line where it's just like, alright, we caught a dog. So it's like, it felt like something they would do in S.H.I.E.L.D., so if they didn't do it in S.H.I.E.L.D., no, I really don't expect them to do it in a movie.
Okay.
That kind of cleanup stuff, if it's not done in a one-shot or done in S.H.I.E.L.D., then I don't expect it to come back ever.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright. That's it. We'll see you guys the next one. Get the fuck out of here.